You probably can focus on something for a very long time, and have you ever wondered why that happens? It's because we are on our phone too much. Now, I may sound like your parents trying to get you off your phone, but it's the truth. Because our phones let us overconsume over the day easily, so that's why we won't feel the need to do any hard work. If you don't understand anything about dopamine yet, it's basically a satisfaction system. So when we play video games, we watch porn, we eat junk food, we get satisfied easily, so that's why we won't feel like doing the hard work. And genetically, when our satisfaction is high, we will never feel like doing the hard work. So that's why some of the most successful people might have known, they fell off at some point. Because they are satisfied with their lives. They reach success and all the material things come in naturally. So why would they need to do the hard work anyway? That is unless they can keep their cool and keep telling themselves, oh, I can be much more. So when you're comfortable, you will never do the hard work, and that's why you waste your time on video games, porn, etc. And unless you start doing the 4-step dopamine detox that I'm going to cover in this video, you are not going to stop doing the bad habits any day. But what is dopamine detox, you may ask? Dopamine detox is a practice we do to avoid any cheap, easy dopamine. So cheap, easy dopamine will be things like video games, porn, junk food, etc. And if possible, try not to touch your phone at all because your phone will always have distractions, messages, and all that. But if you can do that, it's fine. The point here is to just not let yourself get any cheap dopamine. But what you can do instead is to get a good dopamine. So good dopamine includes activities like reading a book, working out, going for a run, and anything similar like that. You know the satisfaction you always get when you finish something hard. That's actually dopamine. It's the same thing you get when you play video games and watch porn. And this good dopamine that I'm talking about makes us feel better in general, and they make us healthier in the long run. So next, I will give you the 4 steps to dopamine detox that you need to start doing today. So step 1 is to set a time frame for yourself where you don't use your phone or use your computer at all. So it could be 1 to 2 hours in the morning after you wake up. If you have never done this before and you're the type to glue yourself to your screen, then this is going to feel uncomfortable for you, but that's exactly the reason why you need to do this. Because your brain is so used to constant stimulation, and when you don't get any cheap dopamine for a while, your baseline of happiness drops. And what that means is essentially when you start working out after you stop playing video games, you're going to feel that it's much more fun. So that's why after you do this consistently for a few days, it's going to feel much more easier for you to stick to the good habits. And step 2 is to do the good habits while you're in that time frame. Now you have no distractions and it's the best time for you to do something hard, but good for you in the long run. Even if you don't want to do anything hard, just staying put without a phone or is already much better than looking at your phone all day. Use this time frame to go to the gym, hang out with your friends, or learn something. And if you say shit like, oh, I don't have time, don't bullshit yourself. You always have time if you stop playing your video games and watch porn. And then you have to keep consistent on your good habits. If you don't, it's never going to stick on you for long. So step number 3 is to delete all your distractions. Delete all your social media, video games, and any distraction that is holding you back. And now you might think, oh, but what if I miss some really important messages? What if my friends ask me for something? The worst case scenario, you can just ask them to text you with your WhatsApp or anything like that. It doesn't have to be Instagram or Facebook, anything like that, right? And don't even lie to yourself. Most of the time you're using Instagram, TikTok to doom scroll. Like, think about all the time you wasted on social media. How many hours of that is actually replying to a friend, and how many hours on that is just you doom scrolling? And if your friends are the type to laugh at you or belittle you for doing stuff like this, then it's a good way to stay away from them, right? If you don't delete your social media, you're going to unconsciously scroll every time you open your phone. And also, it helps you to not play more video games because once you hop off social media, you're not going to see anything about games. And by that, I mean you should delete your Discord too because Discord is like the gamer platform social media thing, right? And once you delete your Discord, you won't see your online friends playing some games like Valorant and you won't feel like even joining them because you don't have Discord anymore. Because in my experience, if I don't delete my video games, I will unconsciously just keep playing them. And after a while of self-improvement, I kept making excuses that I could play some games. And then it got worse and I went back to the old days where I play video games for 10 hours straight a day. So my advice will be delete all the video games you have. Unless you're the type of person that can actually play for 1 hour a day without losing control, then that's fine, I guess. But if you're watching this video, then I don't think you'll be the one to control yourself. So there's an analogy I use, which is burning the bridges off. So imagine this, you cross a bridge. If you don't destroy that bridge, you're going to keep crossing back, right? So once you burn your bridge, in this case, you delete your social media, you delete your video games, you're not going to go back easily. If you want to go back, you have to build the bridge again, right? So that's why some of the most successful people tell you to delete distractions, because it's very easy for us to fall back to that if we don't keep our cool. Now let's move on to the last step. Step number 4 is to do meditation. And if you don't know anything about meditation, basically you just sit still and then focus everything on your breath. And the benefits it gives is that it basically reverses all the scrolling you have ever done. That's a common misunderstanding that most people have about meditation, is that they think meditation is just having no thoughts at all. So what you need to do when you're meditating is that you need to focus all your attention on something. So let's say when I meditate, right, I focus on my breath. When I breathe in, I breathe out, I focus all my attention on that. And naturally, your mind will wander around. You will keep thinking shit like, oh, what am I going to eat today? Anything like that. You're going to think random thoughts. And when you realize you're having mindless thoughts, you just bring your focus back to the thing you were focusing on. So that's one rep for your meditation practice. So meditation is like going to the gym. When you do a bicep curl, you do this one time, it's one rep, right? You do meditation, when your mind wanders, you bring your focus back to the thing you were focusing on. That is also one rep. It's not a thing where you constantly have no thoughts at all. And try to do this 10 minutes every day. But if you can, it's fine. Just tell yourself, okay, I'll do 2 minutes. All right. 2 minutes isn't that long, right? Because you fucking spend hours on video games and all that shit. And once you can do this for a long time, it will drastically improve your mental health and focus, which is the main recipe for success. This is important, so I'm going to say it again. Your mind will wander, you will think about different things, and that's perfectly fine. You just need to bring your focus back to the thing you were focusing on. And once you do that, that is already one rep done. And remember, do this consistently every day. There was a time where I slacked off and I didn't meditate for a few days straight. My mental health and my focus just went back down to zero. So that's basically it for this video. That's the 4 beginner steps you can do to dopamine detox. Of course, there are more advanced dopamine detox techniques, but I'll cover them in the future. So I'll end this video here. If you like my video, consider subscribing and leave a like so YouTube will push my content to more people trying to improve. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.